March 23rd, Monday of the fourth week of Lent. Throughout my years as a priest, I've had numerous conversations with people who have told me that they used to go to church, they used to be Catholic, they used to go to Mass and so on, but something happened in their lives, a crisis, and it did not work out the way they wanted it to. And so since then, they stopped going to church. Maybe they lost a loved one, they lost their job, they got sick themselves, something didn't work out, and they took it out on God. God didn't fulfill their expectations. And I cannot judge those people. I hope that the Lord continues to reach out to them and bring them to Him. I'm not saying they're going to hell, but I think those kinds of reactions are a temptation we can all fall into when we expect God to be a fix-it God, a God who's going to fix our problems. And I think this is something what Jesus is talking about in today's gospel. He's lamenting the fact that people continually are asking Him for more signs and wonders. He does a miracle, whatever, and they want more. They want to be fed. They want to be healed, and so on. And Jesus, again, he tries to show them and show us that He's not just around to fix our problems. He's around to draw us into the fullness of life, into a living, deep relationship with Him, which goes beyond our problems, which will cause, not necessarily cause our problems to go away, but will help us to see the meaning of life beyond the extent of our problems. And so Jesus in this gospel, the royal official comes to him and asks for a sign. He says, Jesus, can you heal my son who's sick? He's close to death. Jesus grants this favor, this healing, but again, not because He's jumping through that person's hoops, because He wants that miracle, that healing, to be a sign for that royal official. And at the end of the gospel, that's what we hear, that the man and his whole family become believers. That's what Jesus wants. Again, not so much that we get the answers that we want, but that we have a relationship with Him, that we believe in Him, that we trust in Him. So often, again, you and I can want Jesus, we can want God to jump through our hoops. God, you got to give this to me, or else I'm going to walk away, or else I'm going to try something else. I'm going to go to a healer, or I'm going to get my fortune read, or I'm going to take my money and go gambling and see if I can solve my financial problems that way if you can't help me, etc. And we can get ourselves into trouble when we make our problems the be-all and end-all of our faith. We have to come to Jesus with a certain openness and say, Lord, please help me. Jesus wants us to come to Him with our problems, but He wants us to come to Him and stay with Him no matter what happens. Not just to make Him jump through our hoops, not try to manipulate Him or bribe Him or blackmail Him to do what we want, or else we're out of here. He says, no, come to me, bring me your problems, but then leave your problems in my hands, and then trust me. Come to me for who I am, not for what I can do for you, but for who I am. And you will see that deeper relationship will help you be happier and have a meaningful life, whether your problems go away or not. So this coronavirus thing is a great way for us to use it as an opportunity. God does not want this coronavirus, but He can use it to bring us closer to Him. And that's my prayer for all of us, for all the people in the world who don't have faith, that they realize that we are not in control. Whether we are people of faith or not, we are not in control of our lives in this world. And there's a higher power. There's somebody else that we have to come to at times like this who can help us. Again, I don't know how long this is going to last, this coronavirus, but whether it goes away quickly or whether there are a lot of terrible things that happen, we have to come to God without expectations that He's going to fix it for us immediately. We have to trust that He loves us, that He's there with us, and that He offers us a life full of meaning, of understanding, and even of joy in spite of the difficulties that we might face.